Well, hey there, Seahawks. This is Mrs. Young, aka Young Money, here to talk to you a little bit more about good old transcripts and your road to graduation. Freshmen, there's another transcript for you because you have a brand new transcript you've never seen before, so you're starting from scratch. But our sophomores, juniors, and seniors, this is just so that you can update your transcripts. You've already started this. This is just keeping you up to date and making sure that you're following along and you know exactly what you need for graduation. All right, so the two things that you're going to need for today is, first of all, your copy of your unofficial transcript, which has your fall grades. So semester ended, grades were posted, and now you should have a paper copy of your transcript that your third period teacher has. So those should be passed out. You should have that in front of you. And then you also want to access the digital copy that you have in your drive, which you did back in September. You were supposed to update it, and then now we're following it up every 6 months. Every semester, we're going to be updating our worksheet. So find that worksheet. I think it's called credits classes needed for graduation. It might say OV classes needed for graduation, but it should be in your Google Drive. So have the digital version up and then also have a copy of your transcript in front of you, and then we should be good to go. This is going to be pretty quick because you've done this before. This should be for the sophomores. This should be your third time doing this, so hopefully it's familiar. But on your transcript, always just check your information. If you've moved recently or you have any new information, make sure you stop by the front office, see Miss Chidley, and let her know that you have a new address, and we can make changes that we need to. And then the second thing you're going to do is check your GPA, which is the bottom left. Look at your total weighted GPA. And you just want to be aware of this for eligibility for sports, for potential colleges you'll be applying to, and whatever's after high school for you. Scholarships sometimes ask for certain GPAs, so that's where you find your GPA. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is on your transcript, you should already have your first year, your 9th grade year done, and then your fall of your 10th grade year done. So now what you're going to do is you're going to find two things. You're going to see your updated completed credits. So whatever grade you are, look at this chart. If you are a current 10th grader, you should have completed 90 credits by now. So 30 your first semester, 30 your second semester, and now your third semester of school, you 30 more. So 90 credits total. 11th graders at this point, you should have 145 credits, and seniors, you should have 195 credits with only 25 more credits to go for the 220 minimum. And some of you might have over, some of you might have under, but this is kind of the baseline of where you should be. Okay, if you have on your transcripts, you're going to circle any Fs, which means this last semester, the fall semester, if you have an F just in that 23-24 fall year, those credits won't count toward your total. So you're going to need to probably in summer school make up that class that you didn't pass because you want those credits, and some of them are graduation requirements. All right, so you know your total completed credits. So this column right here in the middle where it says completed and then how much you need, that's a good way for you to kind of just gauge, and it's broken up by subject areas. For example, English, you need a total of 40 credits, which is 4 years. So by this year, it says you've completed 15, which means you had 5, 10, 15, and you have still 25 to go. So that would be for a sophomore. All right, so then once you've done this, the next step is to find this document that you've already started in your Google Drive and just look at your fall 2023-24 semester grades, and you're going to transfer all of the letter grades of D or better from the transcript to the box where they belong. If you have any Fs that you've circled because you're not getting any credits, don't transfer those over. Right? We want to make sure that you didn't get credit, so you need to have that big red you need to do again. All right, so with that said, what is going to be next is kind of an example. So here's an example of a semester, okay? And you're going to go ahead and start to just transfer the grades from your fall onto this worksheet. And that's all we're asking you to do is the 5 classes you took or the 6 classes or the potential 7 classes you took, that you would transfer them over. And again, with PE athletics, if you played, let's say, football and then you went to basketball, you might have a football grade and a basketball grade. That would be 2.5 and 2.5. So you would take 2 boxes up with those 2 sports. And then you're going to transfer your sophomore first semester, like 10A or 11th A or 12th A, and put it on this document. And so the goal is that when you look at this, you see kind of still what you need to take and what you need for graduation. And then if you have any of these red boxes that imply you failed a class, you're going to need to talk to your guidance specialist when you register. And registration is right around the corner. So current 11th graders and current 10th graders, you will be registering within the next 3 weeks and picking your classes for next year. So if you have any of these red boxes or classes that you failed, make sure you engage with your guidance specialist about what you need to do in order to remediate those credits and to get those credits and to get those classes on your schedule, either for the fall and next year you might have to take the class again, or maybe over the summer. Okay. And with that said, just tricks to fill out this form is use buckets for colors. Like if you received an F, use something red that like makes you see you need to take that class again. And then potentially, if you receive the letter grade of a D, that will get you a diploma, but it's going to hinder you with college applications. So if you want to take that class again to get a better grade, remediate the grade, you might want to mark that and say, hey, I could do that this summer just so that I don't shut doors to potential colleges that I might be interested in attending. So final observation on why we do this is what classes, how many Fs have you received, and boxes that need to be fixed with another grade, which means you need to take the class again. So just looking at that is really important. Also, what's the total credits that you need? And then based on the credits in the bottom, like where are you, right? The bottom list right here, you see kind of the credits you should have. How far behind are you? So if you're 30 credits behind, that's almost an entire semester. And there's options of possibly going to Valley Vista for just a semester, getting all caught up and returning, doing credit recovery before school, after school. We do have some in-bell options, but making sure that you're aware of what you need to do in order to graduate on time, because that's what we would like to see happen. All right. And then after you've reviewed your transcript, if you have questions like, well, what, I've already done 3 years of math, what should I take next? This is an opportunity for you to talk to your teachers and say, what would you suggest for me for science next year? I really want to do something with science, but I've already met my physical and my life science requirements. What's next? And you'll be able to have some of those conversations with your teacher, which would be really important. So when all said and done, we're doing this every semester because it helps you really understand a transcript. Your road to graduation status becomes clear. You recognize the importance of passing your classes with letter grade of a D or higher. And I say this because if sometimes maybe let's say you have a 68% and you are so close to having a C in a class, it might be beneficial to communicate with the teacher and say, what can I do to improve my grade? Is there another assignment that I could still turn in? Is there something I can do to study better? But if it's important that C might be a big distinction factor in your future. So if you're close, fight for your future and what you want. Don't close doors because you would rather watch Netflix or be on your phone. This is your future. This is your opportunities. And don't close doors just because of something temporal that might be more like entertaining. Okay. And then also this is a good way for you to just let your parents know that you're on track so they can kind of see how you're doing and what classes you still need to take. And of course, it can help you self-advocate. If, we're here to help you, and we will catch a lot of these holes in your transcript, but it's also important that if you see something you need to fix, that you take ownership and you fix it. So if you have any questions, stop by your guidance specialist, ask for clarification, write your questions down, and then when you register for classes, you can be sure to get those answered. Again, your guidance specialist, if your last name is A through K, it's Miss Alcala. If it's L through Z, it's Miss Superna. They're located right next to the library and the guidance center. And then also there's the grade level TOSAs, so they are always willing to help. And then myself, Miss Collison, Miss Batani, we're also here to help you. And with that, if you're behind in credits, please check with your guidance specialists so that we can help you prioritize class. or possibly enroll in credit recovery. So if you just failed a class last semester and you want to get ahead of it and not have to do summer school, it might be really wise to see if we can get you in a credit recovery class right now, so it's not just kind of piling up for the future. All right. And with that, spend time organizing your worksheet, keep showing up, keep doing the great things, take ownership of your education. And then if you need help, ask for help. Your teachers are here for you. Guidance is here for you. Everyone on this campus is here for you. We care about you and we want to see you succeed. Tutor.com is available 24/7. If you have a question and it's 11 o'clock and you're trying to solve a math problem or do a science equation, that's an option that you could potentially use as well. Try to put your distractions aside. It's your education, it's your future. And I know there's a lot of things that tempt us to not pay attention or to be distracted. But again, you take ownership of your future. So put your distractions aside and just do the work. Know that you're not alone and we're here for you and we care about you. All right, Seahawks. Thank you for listening and let me know if you have any questions. All right. Bye.